We are living in dangerous times. Fascism is building right before our eyes, and it is no accident. In the United States, a country built on violence and exploitation, state violence is moving out of the shadows and becoming normalized as explicit policy. We have seen ICE agents kill with impunity, children forcibly removed from their families, and protests met with escalating police brutality rather than accountability. What once would have been unimaginable is now ordinary daily news. Trump now deploys military power with no regard for due process or human dignity. The chaos and horror are relentless. And yet, the Albanese government embraces this terrifying regime. By cozying up to Trump, Prime Minister Albanese signals the type of leader he is willing to align with, one who thrives on cruelty and domination. The government clings to this myth that giving into power makes us safer, stronger, or more prosperous. It does not. Just yesterday, it was revealed that the Albanese government may be quietly preparing to hand US authorities, including ICE, direct access to Australians' biometric and identity data. And we found out only through the media. This government just keeps bowing to billionaires, to energy giants, to weapons manufacturers, to corporate lobbyists, and the United States' endless demands. We cannot pretend that these patterns are confined to distant shores. The disease of fascism is taking root here too. Governments crack down on political protest. Criticism of policy is treated as subversive. Every measure, every law that limits dissent, every instance of ignoring injustice is a warning sign of democracy being hollowed out. Here at home, we face real consequences as well. Cost of living pressures are rising, housing insecurity worsens, climate chaos intensifies, and inequality grows. Racism is thriving, fear is spreading, and the Albanese government leans into it. Laws have been rushed through that validate false narratives about Muslims, excluding them from protections. Neo-Nazi rallies are met with near silence. First Nations communities are attacked, while the state offers little accountability. The racism and scapegoating are not fringe. They are mainstream. This is why we cannot rely on billionaires, war profiteers, or authoritarian leaders to save us. We cannot rely on governments that kneel before power while ordinary people struggle. We must reject alliances built on cruelty, greed, and domination. Australia can and must choose a different path, one grounded in human dignity, in global justice, and in environmental survival. We must demand leadership that stands with those fighting oppression and not with those profiting from it. Leadership that protects communities rather than punishes them. Leadership that speaks truth to power, even when it is inconvenient and dangerous. That is the courage that our times demand. So the choice is clear. We can continue to follow fear and submission and watch our democracy continue to be dismantled by those that sow division and hatred, or we can stand together, insisting that morality, justice, and human dignity guide this country's decisions.
Authorised by J. McCall, Australian Greens, Canberra.